life's rough right now. YouTube takes this cut instantly. That was when I was like 23 years old. Like, I'm the kind of guy that'll cry. I break down and cry. Clay makes more money than me. Happy pills are almost a detriment to me at this point. People still say I'm narcissistic, and they're probably right.
Now you will mystify the night, dodging the blinking of an eye, testing the connection, gets away, onto tomorrow. Like a bloody storm, you're burning like a bloody soul. Mortal let it die, now the fires are for the rising up again.
What does knowing 12 times 6 prove? It's something that you can say to someone that will tick them off. Because of people expect to know the times tables through 12, but most people don't know the 12's timetable, right? Like another one's 11 times 11. You know, it's not something people know right off the top of their head. And I don't do 11 times 11. I do 12 times 6 because people know that they should know this, and they don't. Nah, 92, Dan. Actually, is that 92? 91, I'm sorry. 91. Yeah, Steven, that was when I was like, what, 23 years old, and all I did was work at that point. At that point in my life, I had never really traveled at all. And like, all I knew was how to run a crane, how to drive a forklift, how to do fucking quality control. And as soon as I got out of that, I went straight into doing 3 videos a day and playing nothing but Call of Duty. Like, you know, I had a very, very like small world size at that point. Yeah, I was forklift certified, which is funny because like the guy who thought he needed a passport to Chicago has probably traveled the most out of all of us. I've been to like 3 different countries at this point. Well, you should know what 12 times 6 is 23 is. You learn that in 3rd grade. Anybody over the age of like 7 should get the answer right. Go look on Facebook and look at people that do like the PEMDAS stuff, and you realize who paid attention in like Algebra 1 and who didn't. A little bit, Dan. I did a little bit. I was taking college courses in 2000 and is it 2008? I think it was 2008. And I was just starting college courses because like I used to work at a foundry, and they had programs at the foundry that if you would take courses for things that benefited them, they would pay for them. And so I was starting that program, and to try to get out of having to do factory work, because like it was hurting my body then. I could only imagine what it would be like when I was like 35. So I was hoping I could get into like the office and out of the hot, foundry. And then the housing crash happened. Once the housing crash happened, all the orders dried up. And once the orders dried up, like they pulled all the programs. So like they took the money out. So I had to like drop out. I'm 37. It's called a GED, Good Enough Diploma. I think it stands for General Education Diploma, but yeah. As long as you got a GED, it's the same thing as a high school. Basically, it's a test that you can take that proves that you have a high school education. I didn't drop out of school because I was bad at it. I dropped out of school because I got picked on, and to the point that I just didn't want to go. Same reason I don't like leaving the house now, because like I'm a lot stronger mentally now than I was as a kid, and I can ignore people making fun of you or like giving you those looks. But people see you and you're 400-pound land monster, like they look at you weird. My mama made me take it right away, so like I don't know, maybe a month. Honestly, like nobody in my real life bullies me anymore. Like I wouldn't take that shit no more. Like I said, like as I was growing up, I was a sensitive bitch. Like I'm still sensitive. Like I'm the kind of guy that'll cry. If things get too overwhelming, I break down and cry and shit like that. And I'm real sensitive in that manner. And like I've hardened over the years. But like when I was younger, I wasn't hard at all. Like, like I wore my heart on my sleeve. Yeah, 100% on happy pills. Like, happy pills are almost a detriment to me at this point. Because they make me almost have no emotion. You'd be surprised. There's still people that will bully you in fucking public. I'm kind of stuck, Randy. Like, I don't know where to go in Baldur's Gate. That's why I kind of, like, turned it off. No, nobody touches me, man. Like, people don't touch each other when you're out and about. Unless you're stuck on, like, a train. Like, the closest I've had to be to somebody was in London. Because the train was freaking packed. And I felt so bad about it. Because when I got in that train, it was packed. I just got done walking, like, 5 miles, carrying like a suitcase, and we just got off a plane that just crossed the ocean for like 8 or 9 hours, which I didn't sleep on because I hadn't slept yet. And then we got stuck into a train that was literally standing room only, and like I had to keep my arm up to be able to not fall down. And I'm like, I know I wasn't smelling my best. Next game I plan on buying is probably Call of Duty. I don't own any guns. Have you questioned why we exist? It's kind of stupid, honestly. Like, questioning why you exist. Like, does the mosquito wonder why it exists? Does Grayson know why he exists? Some things just happen. Some things just happen. Yeah, but the light's burned out on it, and that's actually the framework's broken on it. I need to throw it away. You're 100% Fagey. I'm buying Call of Duty because I think it'll bring money and views. I don't want to buy it, but if I don't buy it, people will be like, oh, and like Call of Duty's one of those things. It's a game I also can play with people. Talking about the universe. Like, most of my videos when I was a young kid, well, not a young kid, but like a young man, those are cringy. I was stupid and I was narcissistic and didn't realize how stupid I was. People still say I'm narcissistic, and they're probably right. But not as bad as I used to be. The one thing I do envy of my younger self versus my current self is I didn't give a fuck about anything. And I miss that level of Jordy where, like, I didn't care if something was good or not. I put it out. I didn't snub Starfield over Sandboy Trash. I would have played Starfield if Baldur's Gate 3 wasn't one of the best games ever made. To be realistically, Starfield, Baldur's Gate 3 is one of those games that's going to be like, wow, I wish I played this when it came out. It's Fallout 3 level of, like, nostalgia. Baldur's Gate 3 is mid. If Baldur's Gate 3 is mid, what's a better RPG? Snoopy? Snoopy got ran over by a cop car. I haven't actually ever seen any gameplay of Starfield. Like, I have it installed on my Xbox. I just don't want to unhook my Xbox because, like, every time I wake up, like, I have either people wanting me to play Rainbow with them, or Skate, and me wanting Skate to play Baldur's Gate, or I'll just play Baldur's Gate myself, and like that's been my life lately. This man literally put Cyberpunk 2077 ahead of Baldur's Gate 3. First off, Red Dead Redemption 2 is an awful way to spell Divinity 2, because Divinity 2 is better than Red Dead Redemption 2. I've rode a horse a couple times, not lately, but as a kid. I haven't destroyed any horses' back and like spine area as an adult. I thought Becky was like dating one of like Blade's like viewers at this point. The only problem I have with like doing like a let's play for Baldur's Gate 3 is I find myself having trouble following let's plays of Baldur's Gate 3. Like, I like watching like one-off content of it, like people that like categorize spells or like show off like different tactics for a fight. But like Baldur's Gate 3 is such a big long game with so much talking, it's hard to stay interested in it in long form. I feel like games like Dark Souls are much nicer games to let's play versus something like Baldur's Gate 3. I'm sure there's a market for it, but I'm probably not the best for that. Blade makes more money than me. A lot of people do. Do I care? No. More power to him. Make that scratch. You know what I got that Blade doesn't have? When I'm feeling bad, I got somebody to hug me. And unless like the hotel staff in whatever place he's currently staying at will give him a hug, I'd still consider myself a winner. You guys all this sneak dissing. Y'all obviously don't want to hit base in the lack. Dude, I wouldn't say I'm winning at life by any means. Because, like, I don't have a house payment. Right? And, like, if you add all my bills up, it might add up to, like, one house payment. But people have all that plus a house payment and, like, $1,000 car payment and, like, all this other shit. I'm like, how do you guys do this? Like, what are you guys doing that I'm not doing? Because, like, life's rough right now. Especially with how food has gone through the roof. How much money do I make a week? Like $700, something like that. Usually. I make a little bit more than $2,800, but like I average like $7. It all depends. Like when I was working a lot, I was making around let's say $4,000 a month, but that's before taxes. Whereas the 700 number I'm giving you is after taxes. YouTube takes this cut instantly. Like when my revenue comes in, like this stream right now with Incognito, we made $263 and I made $20 this morning. So we're at $280 for the day. Let's just round it up to 300 to do easy math. Like they'll take like $90 from that and they'll send me 210. Yes, I have a retirement account. I think YouTube's profitable. How much does one BD go around your way? I'm in Boston. It's $2,200 minimum, and it's depressing. A one bedroom go. Generally, you can rent a room here for about $600 a month. That's renting a room. Like if you want a one bedroom like apartment, it depends on where you're getting it at. Like you can rent a trailer, like a single wide trailer, for like $500 or $600 a month as well. But you get the whole trailer to yourself. Where versus like if you want to live in a house near the beach, it's probably gonna cost you $500 or $600 just for the room. And then like if you want to get into houses and apartments near the beach, you're in the $2,000 category. It all depends on where you want to live at. Like the apartments at the college are about $1,100 a month. Most single wide trailer is a modular home. Modular just means it's built on a line, like it's built in a factory, like it's built in pieces and put together. If I made Phil's money, yeah, I mean I wouldn't be hurting at all. Phil makes like $70,000 more than I do a year. So if you factored it in, since trolling started, you're looking at right around $500,000 I'd have in a bank account right now. So Phil spent almost $500,000 more than I have in the same period of time and has less to show for it.